The Appeals Court has nullified the election of Julius Mawathe of Wiper Party as Embakasi South Member of Parliament. Mawathe had been declared validly elected when former MP Ishad Sumra, who lost the August 2017 election, first filed a petition before he moved to the Appeals Court. Sumra of the Orange Democratic Movement Party (ODM) successfully convinced the Appeals Court judges that the election was a sham. Sumra said he's happy with the case outcome and is now prepared for a by-election in which he is confident of winning. Mawathe did not immediately comment on the court outcome, and in nullifying the election, the Appeals Court judges cited various anomalies and concluded that the election was not free and fair.
Section 86 of the Election Act is hereby set aside and substituted with a certificate that the second respondent was not validly declared as having been elected as a member of National Assembly for Embakasi South, held on 8th August 2017. The first respondent is hereby directed to organize and conduct fresh elections for the position of the National Assembly for Embakasi South constituency in conformity with the Constitutional Election Act. The appellant shall have the cost of the petition before the High Court to be taxed by the deputy registrar, but not in any event not exceed the sum of 1.5 million to be paid equally by the respondents.
First of all, to thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and my able lawyers. And I know Roger Banakandere, you have done a great job. I would like to thank my party leadership who have always been with me. I would like to thank my party leadership, my supporters. I would like to thank each and everyone who prayed for me. And important of all, Embakasi South people, mulipiga kura na muliibiwa. Leo haki imepatikana. And kama Mawathe ni mwanamume, asiende Supreme Court, aje akutane na wananchi, wananchi wachague kiongozi yao. Hiyo ndio njia tunataka kwenda.
Brian Obuya has been on this beat for the better part of the day. He now joins us live from our City Center studios. Brian, good afternoon. What was the reaction from Julius Mawathe, who lost this particular petition?
Akisa Julius has not readily commented on the outcome of the court process, the court decision that has been made today. But we expect, of course, him probably to give a comment on what exactly he's set to do. Is it back to the ballot for the people of Embakasi South, or what is going to be taking shape? You want to remember that there are a number of malpractices and anomalies and illegalities and irregularities that Ishad Sumra had convinced the court before it got to its conclusion today. And the three-judge bench, the three-judge bench of the Court of Appeal, making it clear that it had every reason to believe that the election was not held in a free and fair manner. In fact, the three-judge bench says that they have reason to believe that there was a returning officer that was employed by the first respondent, who in this case is the IEBC, who had an interest in that very election. So they have grounds that that election was not held in a free and fair manner. And the judge goes ahead to say that, they believe that, given that the margin between Ishad Sumra and Julius Mawathe was only some 165 votes, so to speak. Now, the reaction from the residents of Embakasi, it's a mixed reaction, because there are people who actually voted for Wiper's Julius Mawathe, and there's a population that actually voted for Ishad Sumra. So it's a mixed reaction down there, but celebrations currently ongoing as residents celebrate this win by Ishad Sumra. Now, a very important aspect here, Kisa, is this decision has been made at the Court of Appeal. A previous ruling that had been done at the High Court by Justice Grace Nzioka has actually been challenged, and the three-judge bench actually putting Justice Grace Nzioka's decision to test by saying that the judge did not take a look, or rather address a very important aspect of evidence that was tabled, that was actually tabled before her. So that ruling again has been put to question by the three-judge bench. You want to remember that the election was nullified. Irshad Sumra moved to court. There was a court decision that was made sometime on the 2nd of March, actually, when the court chose to uphold the election of Julius Mawathe, and now it has turned out again today that election has been nullified. So it's a question here of, is it back to the ballot for Embakasi South, or what is going to take shape? Are we looking forward to a position whereby someone will be moving probably to a higher court to challenge the decision today? Akisa.
Brian, thank you for that update. Brian Obuya from our City Centre studios has been covering the election petition that was nullified earlier on in the day, and Irshad Sumra emerging the victor in that particular petition that he filed.